Imagine a world without Google, GPS, online shopping, or even basic mathematics. Chaos, right? Yet, over 1,000 years ago, one man laid the foundation for the algorithms and calculations that govern our modern lives. His name was Al-Khwarizmi, a name you may never have heard but whose work touches every aspect of your day-to-day life. Born in 780 CE in the heart of the Islamic Golden Age, Al-Khwarizmi grew up in a time when knowledge was the most valuable currency. The Abbasid Caliphate, under rulers like Harun al-Rashid and al-Ma'mun, was a hub of learning, with scholars translating ancient texts and pushing the boundaries of human understanding. Al-Khwarizmi became a key figure in the legendary House of Wisdom in Baghdad, where he studied, taught, and innovated. He was driven by one question: how can we use knowledge to bring order to the chaos of the world? Al-Khwarizmi's genius lay in making complex concepts simple and accessible. His book Kitab al-Mukhtasar fi Hizb al-Jabr wal-Muqabala, from which we get the word algebra, laid the groundwork for solving equations. For the first time, mathematics wasn't just about numbers, it became a tool to solve real-world problems. But he didn't stop there. Al-Khwarizmi introduced the decimal system, popularized the use of zero, and developed methods that would evolve into the algorithms powering today's technology. In fact, the word algorithm comes from his name. However, his journey wasn't without challenges. Al-Khwarizmi faced resistance from those who clung to traditional ways of thinking. Introducing concepts like zero and abstract algebra required people to think differently, to see beyond the visible. Rival scholars, steeped in the methods of Greek geometry and Babylonian astronomy, were reluctant to embrace his algebraic approaches. They questioned his reliance on Indian numerals, which some saw as foreign and unnecessary, clinging to traditional methods that had served them for centuries. To them, Al-Khwarizmi's algebra was not just a new way of thinking, it was a direct challenge to the intellectual status quo. Even beyond the scholarly elite, Al-Khwarizmi faced societal resistance. In the wider world, numbers like zero and abstract equations were misunderstood, even feared. Conservative religious figures sometimes linked his work to astrology or heresy, forcing him to explain how his innovations aligned with the principles of Islam and contributed to society. Despite the pushback, Al-Khwarizmi pressed on. He didn't just focus on theoretical knowledge, he applied it to astronomy, geography, and commerce. His work on accurate map-making corrected centuries of errors and guided explorers to new lands. So, what can we, in the age of AI and smartphones, learn from Al-Khwarizmi? First, he teaches us the power of curiosity. He didn't just accept the world as it was, he asked, how can we make it better? Second, he reminds us that the tools we take for granted, like numbers and equations, were once revolutionary ideas. Change doesn't happen overnight, but persistence can turn ideas into reality. Third, he teaches us about the value of persistence. Even when met with ridicule or resistance, Al-Khwarizmi kept working, refining his ideas and proving their worth through practical applications. Finally, his story is a lesson in collaboration. Al-Khwarizmi worked with scholars of all backgrounds, Greek, Indian, Persian, proving that progress comes when we share knowledge and break down barriers. Today, every time you solve a math problem, use GPS or search online, you're standing on the shoulders of Al-Khwarizmi. His work wasn't just about numbers, it was about empowering humanity to think critically, solve problems, and push boundaries. The next time you hear the word algorithm, remember the man behind it, a man whose vision turned chaos into order and whose legacy continues to shape our world.